Look at all the questions. So many questions from you people out there. I'm so sorry to have taken so long to make a Q&A video for you. Hello everybody, and thank you for watching. I am so happy to see all of you here. I really am. I'm not even just putting on. That's a real statement. Thank you guys for all the questions and all the subscriptions. My gosh, almost 2,000 now. Thank you. I thank you 2,000 times, 200,000 times. Thank you so much. Let's get into these questions because there are some really good questions, and this is a little bit longer than most of my Q&A videos, I believe, because there's so many questions to get answered here. So I wanted to take some time and actually go through and find the best questions that you guys asked. A lot of the questions that get asked a lot, and you know, just wanted to make sure to thoroughly explain to you the answers. So the first question comes from Braxton Brannon. Now, Braxton Brannon wants to know, is it possible to paint the touchpad? Braxton is not the only person to ask this question. I've been asked this by many people. A lot of people want to know, do we have to buy a new touchpad? According to Dave Brown, now you're going to have to take Dave Brown's word for this, and I believe he's telling you the truth here. I don't see any reason why he would lie. Dave Brown says there is absolutely no reason to take apart the touchpad, that you can paint and clear coat over it. He says he's done it with many PS4 controllers and that he uses auto grade quality clear coating on that. Now that stuff is serious business, guys. That's stuff that it's meant to stand up to weather, you know, sun, snow, you know, rain, hail, those kinds of things. And if he can get a PlayStation 4 touchpad to work through that, that means that the regular paint that you're going to be using for this will also be okay, according to Dave Brown. So if you're willing to try it and you're willing to believe this guy, go for it. Do it. You wouldn't have to pay for a new touchpad, which is nice. You know, it cuts down the price even more, right? That's what we want. That is what we want. Wolf Minion has asked me, how much would I need to pay you to make it for me? I appreciate the question, Wolf. I really do. The thing is, with doing this stuff for people, you run into a lot of people who don't appreciate what you're doing. And I used to do this kind of thing for people. I used to make controllers. I used to make Xbox 360s for people. That is where all of those Xbox 360 videos that you see that are like 5 years old, that are basically from when I started my channel forever ago. Those 360s and everything were for customers, and you would not believe how many people out there just don't appreciate what you're doing and send you junk. Like, I had one guy send me an Xbox 360 he tried to open up the hard drive and like do a case mod himself, and he severely damaged, you know, the shell, and I didn't have any way to replace him. I wasn't going to pay any extra money to replace it for him, you know, and he didn't want to pay for it. So, I had worked on it. I worked on it the best I could, and I got it put back together as best I could, but it wasn't going to be secure because the screws weren't, you know, in place the way that they wouldn't hold tight, because he broke where the screws into, basically. And he kept in contact with me about the Xbox forever, but then once he got it, I never heard anything from him again. And a lot of people say, well, that's what you want, you know, that means that everything's good. But even when I asked him, hey, is everything okay? You enjoy that? Are we good? You know, he just didn't respond. So I kind of took that as he wasn't happy with it. And it's like, well, you broke it yourself, you know. Also, you run into people like this guy who says, hey, you should sell it for about $45. It's like, dude, you can't even buy a regular controller for $45, really. Maybe you can buy it for about that, but like, what? You know, maybe if I wasn't putting in like actual labor into it, you know, not that it's heavy lifting and all that stuff, but it's tedious. It takes a while. You have to be patient and stuff. and people want to lowball you on prices, you know. You know, like I said, that PlayStation 4 took forever to do. You know, it took several weeks. And that's another thing. People don't like not having their consoles for more than a few days. The special one asks, where did you get the custom light bar from? And do you have a link for the shop/company, please? Well, special one, the special one. I did, in fact, leave that link in the description of the video where you left that comment. Sauce dipped. Sounds fantastic. I love sauce dipped stuff. I love dipping things in sauce. Just as much as this guy. This guy loves it. He says, awesome video. Thank you. Thank you for saying that to me. I appreciate it. He says, how does the Mod Podge paper hold up to heavy use? Does it wear pretty easily? No, it does not wear pretty easily. As a matter of fact, there's another question quite similar to that one, asking, it's from Kyle Bobro, asking, I had a few questions about your controller. How does the Mod Podge backing feel? Is it like plastic? Also, how prone is the paint peeling? Okay, so sauce dipped and Kyle. The Mod Podge is actually, I mean, it's used for many projects. I'm sure you have probably seen projects where they used Mod Podge. You had no idea because you never even heard of Mod Podge until you watched this video, right? Right? I mean, that's safe to assume. Some of you people out there know what Mod Podge is. And I tip my hats to you. All of them. All of my hats. They're all tipped in your direction. So basically, no, it's meant to, a lot of people use it to put puzzles together after they've put like, a 5,000 piece puzzle together. They'll use Mod Podge to forever have it together. It's this big project. People do that. It's meant to keep things pristine forever. Well, I mean, for a long time. Longer than the console will be popular. How about that? I'll just say that. It will outlast the life of the console or controller. So, yes, it is very durable, and I suggest using it. And as for Kyle's question, how does it feel? Does it feel like plastic? And how prone is the paint to peeling? It does feel like plastic. It's hard. I mean, what else do you need to know? Yes, it's and if you wet sand it, it'll make it nice and smooth and everything. And so it will feel even more, like plastic. And as far as the paint peeling, that really all depends on what paint you buy, guys. I used Rust-Oleum for this, but I also have used Duplicolor in the past on other projects. Finding a good paint can be a pain in the ass. That's why I suggest just sticking to Rust-Oleum or sticking to Duplicolor. These are great paints to use. Duplicolor is a thin paint, and it really makes the product look really, really phenomenal. I mean, it really does. It looks great. The problem with Duplicolor is you can't always find the paint color that you're after because you have to go to like places like AutoZone or Auto Advanced or O'Reilly Auto Parts, those kinds of places to get Duplicolor. And depending on the town that you're in or the city you're in, they may not order certain colors because they're not that popular. And that's a real thing. You have to be aware of that. If you can't find the color you're after, look for it on the internet. You can find anything on the internet. Ahmed Alnar asks, what paint did you use for the clear coat? And is there a replacement for the Mod Podge? Now, this is a great question because Mod Podge, the only thing like it that I know of that exists out there is, drum roll please, Elmer's School Glue or Elmer's All-Purpose Glue. They're basically the same thing. Might be a little bit more water in Mod Podge and maybe some sort of hardener in it. It's tough to say that is a good substitute, though, but they're basically the same thing. I mean, they really are. I suggest trying it on something small first and seeing how it turns out. Like, get yourself a piece of cardboard and try to get it on, use the school glue the way I'm telling you to use the Mod Podge and see if it yields you results. And if it does, then there you go. You can use that. I would suggest that's probably going to be your safest bet. Devin CM says, you have an excellent voice for commentary narration. Devin CM. These are the kinds of comments that make me happy. They make me smile. There's warmth flowing from this comment, and I appreciate it so much. And you have perfect eyes for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I do. And thank you for leaving the comment. And the question, which was, why didn't you reapply thermal paste before reattaching the heatsink? I would think you would get worse temps by reusing the same one. You are making a good point, and I don't think that it is unnecessary to put new thermal paste on there. But in the case that I was working, this PlayStation 4 was brand new. It had less than an hour's worth of playtime on it, and the thermal paste was honestly intact and was fine whenever I pulled it apart. It didn't, smudge all over the place or thin out. And that's the biggest thing. If it thins out, you could be susceptible to higher temps. But that just didn't happen when I was working on it. Hopefully, it doesn't happen to you either. But if it does, and that's something that you're experiencing, like if someone's watching right now and they want to know, like, why is it overheating? What did I do wrong? I hate you so much, drum blanket. You ruined my PlayStation 4. I didn't ruin anything, but you know how people are. Take it apart and reapply thermal paste. And you're saying, well, I don't know how to do that. YouTube has tutorials for anything you could think of. I bet you could find a tutorial on how to wipe your baby's ass. I bet you it exists. I could almost guarantee it exists. And probably has more than 1 million views on it even. I could be wrong, but it just seems logical. It seems like that's reasonable. Thank you for the question, Devin. I do appreciate it. Hopefully that helps. That's why I didn't reapply the thermal paste. Now, Shenanhiwa. I hope I'm... Or Hewa? Shenanhiwa. Shenanhiwa. Chicago! You're out of there. Go on. Shannon says, hey man, great tutorial. Thank you. By the way, just wanted to know if the purple touchpad works just as well as the original one. Also, what's the likelihood of damaging the chip when separating? The likelihood of damaging the chip when separating is, I would say, high to severe if you are not careful. If you watch the video, I show you exactly how I did it, and you can see it in real time how I did it. So be super duper careful, though. Obviously, I mean, I know I mentioned that in that part of the video because you're using a sharp object to get in there. But according to Dave Brown, like I said before, he says you don't even have to do all that. You can just paint it. Be extremely careful when you're pulling apart the chip off of the touchpad because it is sensitive, and the adhesive that's on there is really strong, but it's not there to assist the touchpad in any way other than having it stuck on there. That's seriously it. Like, it doesn't, there's nothing special about it. So if that gets damaged, that's not really a big deal, but you don't want to break the chip, you don't want to crack the chip, you don't want any of that. Tyrese Walden asks, would the paint rub off the thumbsticks easily? The answer is no. If you are using a clear coat, you always need to use a clear coat. And for those people who are having problems with peeling or paint rubbing off onto their hands or coming off of the buttons or whatever, you know as well as I do that you didn't use clear coat. And now your hours of work are being smudged all over the place because of the oils that are in your hands. Okay. I don't waste time in my videos. I express everything that you need to know to make what I'm making. If I could skip steps, I wouldn't even put those steps in the video. So everything that I'm showing you in these videos is important. Please pay attention to them. Please do what I ask, because if you don't, and your project is broken, looks like ass, doesn't work right, you didn't get the buttons back in right, you don't get to blame me because you took the shortcuts that I didn't provide. No one to blame but yourself. JMag2234 asks, can I put the Mod Podge on the touchpad? I haven't tried this. If you have a spare touchpad around, try it. I can't say yes or no. I would suggest not even doing it. But if you have an extra touchpad around that you can try it out with, go ahead. Please go ahead and let me know if it worked, because that's the kind of information that I want my community to have. If you guys go through the comments, you're going to see a lot of the questions that are in your heads as you're watching these videos pop up, because they're popping up in other people's minds as well. So go through and read those, because I do reply to my commenters. Even if you subscribed or not, I comment to you. Other people comment, other people put in their 2 cents, and it's fantastic, because this is a community of people who are here to help you. And I appreciate that. I appreciate all the help from all of you people out there who actually have a little bit more information than I had to give, and sharing that information. That's fantastic. So I applaud you guys the most for doing that. That's fantastic. Please keep doing that, because you're helping out a lot of people. Matthew Thomas says, amazing video. Hey man, thank you. I appreciate it. I really, really do. So, you know, there are so many comments like that, and it is emotionally moving to know that you guys love these videos so much. It really, really is. And I'm going to keep doing this for you guys. I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to be hitting it kind of hard here in the next few months. Which brings me to the next part of his question. He says, please, well, it's not really a question. This is just a comment. But he says, please have more videos and speed lapses. And along with that, Hazrul Azwan says, can you do a tutorial like this, but for Xbox 360? I'm kind of confused about how to disassemble the case. Okay, so this brings me to my next and last point of the video, or at least the Q&A and all that. Yes, I can do this for an Xbox 360. Yes, I will do more videos and speed lapses. Now, I see very little point in making several PlayStation 4 custom console mod videos that show you the same thing, you know, disassembly, sanding, primer, paint, and all that. You've watched my videos, so you know the order, right? If I do a PlayStation 4 video, you can assume that those steps, unless I put it in a video otherwise, that those steps are going to be the steps that you can take. What I'm getting at is I would love to do more videos on some of the same consoles. So if somebody has a PlayStation 4 and they want me to do a Fallout 4 PlayStation 4, and you guys want to see that, I would be more than happy to do that and put a speed lapse of it up. Is that something that you want to see? And on top of that, I want to request to you guys that you pick what I do next. Okay? So put in the comments what you want to see me do. You want to see me do an Xbox One? What theme you want to see it? Depending on the amount of requests for the themes and the amount of requests of the console or what have you, will determine what my next do-it-yourself video will be. Is this something you guys want to be a part of? Because I think it's probably the best option for us, because I do want to continue to do this. And I do have a few more videos on the way. I have a custom Nintendo Entertainment System do-it-yourself video. That is specifically, really, honestly, for the subscribers, because I'm not sure how many people are going to be looking that up, but I feel like you guys just really enjoy watching the process. And it's going to be a cool theme. I think it's a cool theme. Prince. I love Prince. Greatest guitar player ever. Fantastic. Phenomenal musician. He deserves his own Nintendo Entertainment System theme. But that's something for somebody that's already been pre-decided, and if you guys want to see me do another Nintendo at some point in time, so yeah, we want to see you do a Super Mario Bros. 3 Nintendo Entertainment System. Man, if I get enough comments saying that, I'll do it. I'll do it. Also, in case you have missed it, I have a new website now, and I would love for you guys to check out the website. Right now, it is in kind of, if you will, a beta kind of mode. I had wanted to get the website up so people could find me at least. There will be new features added to the website. One thing that I really want to do is for all of you out there who are doing these projects with my tutorials, I want you to have a place to share your finished product. I don't care if you think it doesn't look good. I won't allow my community to talk shit to you if you messed up a little. I won't allow it. If they do it, you know, I'm going to defend you, okay? Because it's not fair. And those people who are going to comment shit about it probably can't do it themselves. Even with a video that explains everything blatantly, they still can't figure it out. Because they couldn't even finish, they didn't even get their grade 10. And get all their book learning done. Plus 5 points if you know what I'm referencing. Anyway, I would love to see you guys at the website, sharing your pictures there when that's available. But for now, you can check me out on Facebook. You go to my channel, there's a link to it right up in my header. And there's a link to my website there as well. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of your questions. I cannot thank you all enough for sharing the videos, subscribing, commenting. Guys, when I started doing this heavy, I started back on the YouTube about a year ago, hitting it really heavy with video game videos, and I know that a lot of you may not even be interested in those videos. And the thing is my channel is a video game based channel, all things video games, okay? So that's why you find these do-it-yourself videos, as well as, say, the Grand Theft Auto video that I just did. If you haven't checked that out, please do. I spent 4 weeks at least working on it. Don't hate on Blatowski, B. Latowski. His microphone sucks. He's aware of it. We're aware of it. But it's just not in the budget to get him a new microphone. We don't make any money, really, doing this kind of thing. You know, we're doing this because we enjoy it, and I love doing it. I would love to be able to do it more, and that comes from you people subscribing and commenting and sharing. These things will help get me out there to where, you know, maybe those things might be in the budget. I want to help you. You will notice if you check out the comments, I respond to people. I respond to people in videos. You witnessed it for yourself right here, right now. And if this is the kind of video that you like to see, and if this is the kind of video you want to see more of, by God, I guarantee you're going to love the videos that are on my channel. So go ahead, get off your ass, click subscribe, go to my channel, check it out. You'll be happy you did. I'll be happy you did. But you will be happy you did. And that, to me, is amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for sitting through all this. I hope I answered all of your questions. I'm going to do another video just like this one for the Xbox One custom controller, so keep an eye out for that. Also, a top 10 game multi-platform video on the way. I have a lot of things to do, guys, so I'm going to cut it off here and go ahead and get to working on this video so you guys can see it and get it up there. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.